Hello and welcome. I'm Alicia and I work at BBC Research and Development.
Hi, Savlai. Guess I'll just introduce myself then, because no one else is gonna.
Our job is to investigate how we can make things for the BBC using new and exciting technology. Today, we're going to take you behind the scene of Springwatch and explain what artificial intelligence is all about.
Hi, I'm Oscar from BBC Research and Development. Springwatch is a nature show where we get to know the animals that we have here in the UK. And that includes birds that you might see in your garden, such as robins or great spotted woodpeckers, but also some of the more elusive ones, such as otters.
What about the best bird? AKA me?
If you've ever tried taking a photo of a wild animal, you know just how shy they can be.
Missed it.
On a show like Springwatch, lots of cameras are used to try and capture video of the different animals. And when using lots of cameras, there is a lot of video footage that's generated. And I mean a lot of footage.
Whoa.
There's only 24 hours in the day, and even with a team of people, they're not able to go through all of that footage and try to find all the animals. This is where BBC R&D can help out. We've got a piece of technology that can assist the production teams.
Ooh, here comes the best bit.
We've created a piece of software, so a computer program, that is able to detect mammals and birds. When it detects them, it even draws a rectangle or a box around them.
Ooh, me, I want a box.
Sure, we can add that.
Come on. That was not as good as I was thinking it would be.
Why don't we take a look at what this software looked like when it was applied to footage from Springwatch, Autumnwatch and Winterwatch from the last 12 months. Here we see the detection software running on some footage of a bird feeder. Notice how the birds, as soon as they're detected by the software, get the rectangle drawn around them. The software also works on night vision footage, as seen here. It even works on video footage where the animal is just running through the scene really quickly, like here. Now we can see that's one of the problems solved. We now know where in the video that there are animals present. But as anyone who's ever been bird watching knows, we're also interested in what species the bird or the mammal is.
Ooh, like I'm a pigeon.
Exactly. Some of the other species you might know about could be maybe goldfinches or barn owls. We've created a second software which is able to focus on something else, and that's distinguishing between different species of birds. Now it might sound a bit weird, but this second software can't actually detect any birds or mammals. It can just differentiate between species. But that's how this software works. It focuses on one very specific job and tries to do it as well as possible. Let's take a look at what happens when we apply this species software to the footage from earlier. It doesn't always get it right because this is a really challenging task even for a computer. But in this case, it does a pretty good job. We can even try it on some footage of some bigger birds, and it works well there too. Now, you can probably see how this is helpful for the production team. They no longer need to sit through and watch footage of empty fields and empty nests, but they can focus on the interesting bits when something's happening.
This sounds really smart, actually. How does this intelligent software work then?
The process used to create the software is known as machine learning, and it generates something that's known as artificial intelligence. So you could, in one sense, say that yeah, it is smart. But it's not smart in the human sense, and things can very easily go wrong. My colleague Alicia is going to talk in a bit more detail about how machine learning works. So stay perched in front of your screens, and Pigeon, why don't you head over and hear what she's got to say?
What? If I must then.
See you later.
We are now going to try to explain a bit about how artificial intelligence, or AI, works using birds
and pigeons.
We built this app which helps recognizing and identify birds in your photo. You upload a photo of a bird.
Hey, that's my sister.
And ask the machine to identify it. The AI tells us its best guess as to what is in the photo. In this case, it thinks it's most likely to be a wood pigeon. But it might be a dove or a jay.
That's not a dove.
The AI thinks it knows what the bird is, but it's not 100% sure. Just like humans, it can sometimes get things wrong. Let's try a different bird. This is a photo of a flamingo. They are pretty easy to spot.
Even I know that. What's going on? It's pink and standing on one leg. It's obvious.
The problem is that the AI has never been shown a flamingo before. It knows nothing about them. It doesn't even know there is such a thing as a flamingo. This is because AI systems need to be trained on examples of things you want them to identify. They need to learn. So we show the AI thousands or millions of photos of birds, maybe hundreds of photos of each species. And, importantly, for each photo, we tell it exactly what species it is. A bit like going to a school that only taught you about what birds look like. That would be pretty boring.
Ooh, let's try it on photos of humans.
Okay, here's Springwatch's Chris Packham. Oh, and as Oscar mentioned earlier, this bit of AI software only do very specific jobs. This one knows about UK garden birds. Not flamingos, not human, and definitely not Chris Packhams. But it still makes a guess at a bird. It doesn't know what it doesn't know. So, what have we learned? A particular AI usually does one thing only, like detect animal or identify bird species. But they can be pretty good at it and very fast. An AI is never certain. It's always making a best guess based on what it has been told. An AI only knows about what it has learned, just like humans. You've probably seen AI portrayed in film as super smart, world-dominating robots. But really, right now, they are not even as smart as pigeons.
What?